This man's been on before. I think we met on a flight to Las Vegas, Nevada, many, many years ago. And I think he was on the show Las Vegas at the time. And his new show, Jupiter's Legacy, can be seen. It's a new Netflix original series available today on Netflix, starring Josh Duhamel. How are you, Josh?
I'm doing all right, Rich. I just want to know, how do I follow that last segment?
By being yourself, Josh.
Wow.
By being your good old-fashioned self. That's my memory, that we met on a plane, right? Were you flying to Vegas to work on the show Las Vegas, and I was flying out there for who knows what? I don't know.
I don't remember that being the first time. I just remember there was like Sunday parties at your place or somebody's place, and I think at the time you just had one child. It was a while ago now.
Right.
But I don't remember it being a flight. Was it a flight to Vegas or from Vegas? Because those are two very different mindsets.
I think it was one of the other, but I think you were, again, shooting the show Las Vegas on NBC. Yeah. That's how long ago it was. I guess let me just ask you that. Let me start there. You got a good James Caan story that you can tell on the air?
Oh, I got a million of them. What do you got? Caan is I learned so much from that dude. So much about what to do and also what not to do. And he'll be the first one to tell you, don't do this, kid. Trust me, I made this mistake many times. But, Jimmy I still keep in touch with him. He was a mentor to me for 5 years. And that guy I always knew when I wasn't, performing at the level he expected. Because I'd get this little look from him and he'd be like, Josh, come over here for a second. I'd be like, oh, here we go. So he'd take me back behind the corner and say, listen, I think that you may be pushing a little bit too hard. You need to just let it happen. All this, just let it be. Just let the scene come to you. And he would give me really sound advice that I actually used even to today. He's Jimmy Caan.
He's James
Corleone.
He's Sonny Corleone. And so much more. My God. That's James Caan. Josh Duhamel here on the Rich Eisen Show.
The funny thing is that nowadays people don't even know him for Sonny Corleone. Every kid thinks of him as just Buddy's dad and Elf.
It's unbelievable.
That drove him crazy, by the way. They have no idea what I did.
Dude, I'm telling you, the other day I told this story on the show. My kids, as you point out, I have more than one now. I got 3. So just getting them to all agree on watching something is so insane. So they finally agree to watch a movie, The War with Grandpa, starring De Niro. And it struck me and Susie, the two of us looked at each other in the middle saying, this is the first Robert De Niro movie my kids are seeing.
Yeah.
And I just had to pause the movie. I'm like, you see Grandpa right there? We're going to all watch some movies eventually. Not now. Not for a while.
We're going to watch Taxi Driver. in about 15 years.
He's going to have this mohawk, and let me tell you, it goes a little sideways. But it's just amazing how these things were. We had to tell him that's literally one of the greatest living American actors of all time.
Yeah.
So that's so funny that's kind of upset. James Caan is like, I'm not Buddy's dad. I'm a little bit more than that. What do you think of the Vikings draft? I don't know how familiar you are with it. They drafted Kellen Mond, the kid out of Texas A&M, a quarterback. What do you think?
I was pretty upset, to be honest, when they passed on Mac Jones, because I felt like if he's good enough for the Patriots, he's got to be good enough for the Vikings. And I guess time will tell. I think Cousins is a perfectly passable quarterback. I just don't see us winning a Super Bowl with him, and I feel like we need that young quarterback that we can develop into, hopefully a championship-winning quarterback. And I thought that might be Mac Jones. Maybe they know. I'm sure they know more than I do. Spielman's done a good job in the draft through the years. But you know what? I saw this Kellen Mond play at Texas A&M, and this guy was a stud. I think he was the first quarterback to come in after Manziel, right? I think he played 4 years there.
He did play. He is a stud. There's no doubt about it. He really is, and he's got an upside. There's no question about it.
He could really develop into a nice quarterback, but time will tell. I hope I'm wrong. I really do hope I'm wrong, because there's nothing I want more than a Super Bowl ring.
Well, timing's everything in life, I guess, in a way. Is it? If I'm not mistaken, did you play quarterback when you were in high school?
I did, and I'm still available.
Well, I mean, your timing was off. I mean, if only you came out in the last few years, from North Dakota State. Look at Wentz and now Trey Lance. Your timing was off, Josh. Your timing's way off.
If you think about it, there's the last 4 quarterbacks that played at NDSU have all gone pro. There was Jensen. Brock Jensen was his name.
Great name.
I think he might even be in a league somewhere still. Then there was Carson.
Yeah.
After Carson was Easton Stick, who's I believe still with the Chargers. And now it's Trey Lance. So they're putting out like NFL quarterbacks almost every single year.
I guess
crazy.
Are you sure Brock Jensen wasn't part of Ron Burgundy's news team? Because that's what it sounds like to me.
Look it up, man. He got drafted, and I don't think he's ever played, but I know that he was a second or third stringer on, maybe not last year, but he was definitely drafted and played several years in the league.
Yeah, man, your timing's off. You could have been the first. You could have been the George Washington of this, Josh.
NDSU wouldn't even give me a sniff.
Really?
No, I played for the Beavers, baby.
So
for Minot State University Beavers.
So what?
I wasn't quite good enough to play for the Bison.
So who did Minot State beat? I mean, who did you beat? Who did you take down back in the day?
We took down. We had a good team my freshman, sophomore, and junior year.
Right.
Fell off a little bit my senior year, but we went to like the NCAA or NAIA Final Four my sophomore year.
All right.
I had nothing to do with it. I was the backup quarterback.
You're the clipboard guy.
But
hey.
we beat I don't know. I'm sure you've heard of McMinnville.
Minot State Miners. The Beavers. Is that what that was?
Beavers.
Okay, you're the number 2 quarterback there. Josh Duhamel here on the Rich Eisen Show. All right, brother. Tell me about Jupiter's Legacy, available today on Netflix. You, Leslie Bibb, Ben Daniels, you are playing Sheldon Sampson, a.k.a. the Utopian. This is you entering a fun and also, serious look at some superhero action right here.
I never thought I thought this ship had sailed for me. I didn't think I was, if I was going to play a superhero, I thought it would have been like 15 years ago.
Right.
And I wasn't even really looking to do it. But this script came along and it was really, really good. It wasn't even so much about the superhero stuff, but it was like this badass family drama about this dysfunctional family of superheroes, and it spans 90 years. There's a whole origin story that starts in the 30s, right after the market crash. My character goes in this crazy sort of mental breakdown where he has these visions, which leads them up to this island, which ultimately gets them these powers. But then we flash back to present day, and we've had these powers now for 90 years, and you get to kind of see the repercussions of that and what, how that wears on you, and the pressures and the responsibilities, and the family sort of resentment that it builds with your kids and having not been there for so anybody with a family or kids, especially kids 15 to 20, will really get it, because this guy can fly around the world in 12 seconds and shoot laser beams out of his eyeballs, but he's powerless when it comes to communicating with his daughter.
But I'll tell you this, Josh. I mean, you being, as you said, you thought that 15 years ago would be the time for you to do this sort of thing when you were, I guess, doing your highly successful Transformers run. I mean, that's all you in the suit, though, right? I mean, that's there's no enhancement, right? I mean, that's all.
That's
right?
all me, Rich.
Okay.
That's all me.
I just want to make sure. I mean, there's no suit underneath the suit. That's Josh Duhamel, right?
I wish I could say that were true, man. It was so cool to put that thing on and be like, oh my God, I'm so yoked. Look at me. And then I would take it off, and there's nothing more emasculating than taking that muscle suit off and going, oh yeah, that's what I actually look like. But it was fun because I got to put on these prosthetic, aging things, and they aged my face up, and I had this big, long, right, mop of hair with this big. I looked like Moses or Zeus or like sexy Santa Claus or something.
Right. But
And it was a lot of fun because I immediately felt like I was this old dude who's been through many battles, and it's kind of at the tail end of his career as a superhero.
that beard is all real, though, right? That's your beard? Did you grow
No,
that?
I wish.
Oh, come on, dude.
That thing was a pain in the butt to put on every day.
No kidding. All right.
Yeah.
I thought that's impressive, the whole thing.
Yeah.
All right, Josh Duhamel. My best to you and everyone else. I hope to see you in person next time. All this business
Yes,
on the
sir.
phone. I'd love to do
You
it.
wouldn't believe. I wish you could see me now, Rich. I'm in like a mocap suit.
Okay.
Where they put like all the little reflector balls and stuff on. I got a bunch of dots all over my face.
Are you really? What video game are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, I can't. They would kill me if I said, but it's it's the same company that I did the Call of Duty with a few years ago.
Okay. So
it's not a Call of Duty game, but it's a pretty badass.
Look at you. You are. That's next level promotion. Like I'm letting everyone know on Jupiter's Legacy and Netflix that you're multitasking. You're telling a crew, hey man, I know I got the dots and everything on, but I got to call in the Rich Eisen Show to promote Jupiter's Legacy.
They gave me plenty of crap when I had to come out to talk to you. They go, oh, big timer here's got to go out and talk to Rich Eisen.
That's right. Tell him I said hello. And I appreciate you doing your thing. Hey, why don't you pop a photograph of yourself right now on Twitter and Instagram, and we'll share it with our viewers. How does
I'm
that
going to send it to you right now, Rich.
Attaboy. Well done, Josh Duhamel.
Miss you, buddy. Talk to you soon.
Same to you. You be well. That's Josh Duhamel. Everybody check out Jupiter's Legacy on Netflix.
Very handsome man.
Very. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.